It's his sacred cow. She's perfect. Don't dare talk about her. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Hello, sister friends, and welcome to our Monday night discussion about the Sister Wives show. It's good to see everybody. I've had a day, so bear with me if I'm a little frazzled this evening. All right. Oops, I'm already clicking on the wrong thing. Oh, wait, speaking of which, let me get the banners going because we have to do 3 banners. Yes, we do. So we'll start with the first one. What's the first one? There you go. These are exclusive SOS supporters. Although it doesn't say because I couldn't fit all that in because I ran out of the 1,000 characters. So I just wrote, thank you. So exclusive SOS supporters, you are the ones that are going first. The second group that I will put down below are the big supporters and part of our Keep the Lights On level supporters. And then the third group I'll show are more Keep the Lights On level supporters. Okay. Whew, you know what? While we're at it, while we're just doing housekeeping, because I have it pulled up, let's just take care of all housekeeping. And let me go ahead and read out all of our big supporters and SOS exclusive supporters. Then I won't stop midstream like I normally do. Here we go. Our big supporters are Kitty, 1838, Leslie Reddick, Becky S., April S., Darlene Hall, Carol, Deborah Sabella, Barbara Dijak, Liz S., Alwyn the Mini Chef, Mary, J. Shanty 3, Linda W., Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. And then our exclusive SOS supporters are Libby Scher, Silky DK, Janet Ebert, Steph Stevens, Edel Sodal Peterson, and I'm sorry that I probably slaughtered that, Leanna Allen, Gracie Kanakaris, I'm Your Huckleberry, Alyssa 1704, Laura Gruber, Patricia Unesthetic Life, Star Willis, Heather Green, Shanna Banana, Yankee Ghost, S. Cassie, Tracer's Fractured History and more, Kimberly Beckstead, Kendra MP, Lavender Vanilla, S.L. Wynn, SoCali Surfer, Jane Morgan, Oceanborn, Lisa Ochino, Amanda Scott, Joni C., Carita 30, Little Miss, Linda Merman, Lisa Gasca, Holly Jones, Joni C. 615, Anonymous, Sharon, Echo Gilman, Christine Werhope, Lean, Birdie K., Living an Eclectic Life, Cindy Gregory, Laura McWilliams, Dee Dee, Steamfrog 99, Pinky Tusk, J. Lou, Jennifer Harmon, Carol Annie D., Marie Lingham, Evie, Stacy G., Karen Perk, Skillful Virgo, Shotzi's Peace, Marcia Cooper, Diane Almeida, Farron, That's My Shoe, Amy D., Lindsay B., Lisa, Sochitella Morio, Carla Colson, Alexandria Swan, Rain Lady, Sarah Lewis, Marie Crab, Waldo's mom, Lisa F., Danny Towns, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, and Kaylin. Thank you all for being supporters of the channel. Woo! What a fun mouthful that was. I appreciate you all so much. You don't even know. Okay. Comments. So many comments. I'll say hi to a few people and then we're going to start talking about the show. Since I logged in, we have Patricia Barnhart said, whoo, I made it early at 4:02, 5 hours early. She is on top of it. Lynn Skinner, thank you for being here. She is our fabulous moderator and does a bang up job. All right. We have Robin Nolan, Steffers, Anoki Mucifer. Anoki Mucifer. Does that have something to do with it? Is there like a cow or a cat demon there? I don't have time to figure it out. Elizabeth Murphy. Rhonda Delph. Hello, Miss Rhonda. I think I skipped over someone because I got a new mouse and it goes opposite. I'm going to have to go into settings and change it. When my other one would go up, it would scroll it up, and then this one does the reverse. So I'm always like, whoa, where'd everything go? Rebel Lucy Cat. Mama, I saw Mama Squirrel in there. There's Mama Squirrel. Amy's Dots, 101. Well, see, it keeps going. Oh, this is going to be an issue for me tonight. 101 handbags, 101 handbags. That sounds lovely. Okay, and Wendy's here. 2 more. JL Carpenter. And I saw Jennifer 520. Hello. Hello. Hello, Lisa O. Oh, my goodness. Knit my bit. Good to see you. Okay, Jennifer Harmon. Hello. All right. Oh, and Celtic Moon 111. Hello, and thank you for gifting a membership. I'll put it up on the screen when I get to it. I just have it like popped up at the top of my screen. When I click on that, it doesn't go onto the screen. So when I come across it in the chat as I'm scrolling through, oh, there you go. Founder. Thank you so much. Well, this was, one more piece of housekeeping, as I didn't have time to put a pin note at the top, but our dear YouTube, 24 hours later, decided to give me a copyright strike. And those who were with me on Sunday night know I spent all day Saturday going over that video review and trying to get it to pass copyright. I played with the speed, I played with the voices, I played with the graphics, I played with backgrounds. I chopped it up and put it in smaller segments. I got rid of stuff. I mean, I did everything I could without botching the information for people who don't see the show and make it coherent. And it finally on the 5th time went through. And then today, all of a sudden I saw a notification on my phone that there was a copyright strike and that my video was going to be demonetized. So as opposed to editing the video that I stayed up till 2 a.m. to record after last night's show, I worked on that video today, as well as the bonusing one. I finished that one. That was 3/4 of the way done. But the bonusing one is out, and I worked and I did all kinds of stuff to the one from before. So it'll almost be like a new review for you. I mean, not really, but it has more snarky stuff in it. I put little more clips, more comments, that kind of stuff, and tweaked around a few of the stuff on it. And it said it passed copyright. So we'll see in 24 hours. Fingers crossed. But I didn't want to wait too long to post it again because last night we had this is from last week. Last night we had another episode come out, and I didn't want to be that far behind for everybody to be like, oh, that was from 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to watch it. So if y'all want to do me a solid and watch the one I just posted today, that would be amazing. I posted it literally right before this, so you can do it later. Or you can just put it on at some point, turn the volume all the way down and do something else for all I care. Oh, maddening. And then on top of it, because I was so freaked out to try to get all that done, I rushed, got everything together, got in the car to go to my meeting tonight, and I got there. It's 20 minutes away. Wrong day. It's on Tuesday nights. Monday nights is our live stream now. Have you ever had a day like that? Like I got there and the door was locked, and I'm like, why is your door locked? The only other time that happened is when I showed up once in daylight savings time. I showed up an hour late. So I had the door locked to the house because it's always at people's houses. Oh, goodness. Just one of those days, one of those weekends. I'm trying to figure out how to streamline my life. I don't know how. I don't know what to do other than I just stopped doing some of these reviews. And I don't know that I want to do that. But I don't know that I can give up the other stuff. So I don't know. I need a wife. That's what I need. I need a sister wife. Wait, maybe there is something to all of this. I get it. I get it now. All right. Oh, goodness. Celtic Moon 111 is a new member. That's awesome. Or Celtic, depending on where you live and how you pronounce it. Okay. Chat GPT helps you with scheduling things, Peaches. Oh, how do you get Chat GPT to help you with things? I mean, I have alarms on my phone. The problem is I have alarms for everything. I mean, I have like 99,000 alarms because I have, and the alarm didn't go off, obviously, to get ready to go to leave the house, to like get ready to get dressed and get shoes on and all that. It'll go off tomorrow. All right. Okay. Jennifer said, I watched the bonus scenes right before this live. Can we talk about the weirdness of Robin's relationship with everyone? She seems uncomfortable with her husband and children. Yeah, she's a quirky one, isn't she? She's odd. She is an odd duck. There's no other way around it. I don't know. Here, I'll put the comments up on the screen too. We'll do it like this. Okay, there we go. I don't know. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, probably better off doing it like that. Let's do it like this. There you go. Then you can read them better. Let me know if you like those. Last time StreamYard crashed on me when I used them. So I haven't been doing them for a while because I figured they're working through the bugs because it's still in the beta stage, but I'll put them up for people in case they have their phones. And so it's harder to see the chat if you're doing this on your phone. So now it's right on the screen. She's so shy and pretty. Yes. She's an odd duck, I tell you. Her communication skills are the worst for being the one who claims she's such a great communicator. I don't even think she claims she's a great communicator. She only claims she could speak Cody. Cody's the one that has always said that she's a great communicator. I won't get used to the time change until spring. I'm ready to get rid of the time change in America. I'm over it. If they don't do it in, did I say China? See, I'm 2 steps ahead of myself already. I'm ready to get rid of the time change in America and be more like China. China has a gazillion, well, they just have one time zone, actually, which is kind of odd. But on the other hand, easier if you're doing a lot of calling back and forth around the country because you know it's always the same time. It's just, I guess, your work hours change depending on that. That's kind of odd. Anyway, yeah, this daylight savings time, there's like part of, is it Indiana or Illinois? I think it's Indiana. Half of Indiana does daylight savings time, half of it does not, which is really bizarre. I would not like that if I lived in that state. However, the half that does not do daylight savings time is totally onto something. I'm over it. So into Chat GPT, just copy everything that you're going to do for the week. And then does it give you reminders? I really need a physical person. I need a personal assistant. That's what I need. I've decided. Moose squints and scrunches her face while talking on the couch. She does. That meant denim. Yes. And she also repeats words just like Cody does. I mean, there were some soliloquies that I just let go this time because I couldn't, but holy smokes, how they perseverate on a word within a conversation. Like I might have a word that I recently started using, and then I'll use it again like 2 or 3 days later, and then maybe 2 or 3 days later again, and that seems like I'm perseverating on it. They will use it over and over again, sentence after sentence after sentence, and they're usually, I was gonna say expletives. They're not expletives. My brain's not gonna work well tonight. Again, I'm just warning you in advance. They are, absolutes. They're constantly, always, never, eh, and none of those are ever true. It's never constantly, always, or never. So, it's a little maddening, little maddening. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Always. It's, you know what, Joni? It is gonna have to become a new drinking word. If always, 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 always. Here's the other thing. When she's lying or just thinking on her feet, if she's not prepared with what the question was gonna be, that's when she does a lot of look up, look down, look here, look up, look down, 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 look up, look down. And she does pauses, and that's when she throws in the, kind of, sort of like kind of, always kind of, she just throws in those words like crazy. And then you're like, oh, you're making this up on the fly, aren't you? I don't know that this is true. I don't know that any of this is true. I mean, does he like Western art? Yes, probably, because he wants to be a cowboy. But this obsessiveness with hanging out in the cowboy section of museums and wanting all this cowboy art, I I don't know. What was I thinking today that she was trying to emulate? Oh, do you remember back in Vegas, Janelle had the cowboy living room. She had the boot lamps, she had the cowboy art on the wall, she had the brown leather couches, and that was it. She had the rustic cowboy themed living room, which makes sense because she had what, 5 boys? So very manly. And Cody likes cowboy stuff too. I wonder if Robin buying all this cowboy art and deciding to do this cowboy room for him was her way of trying to sort of one up Janelle. What do you think? I don't know. I was thinking about it today when I was looking at something, and I thought, now that I think about it, she might be just because she's always trying to outdo everybody. And this last episode I found very interesting. Well, let's talk about the bonus scenes for a second. Robin starts off, they were talking about this Remington piece of art, and I didn't even realize Remingtons were paintings too. The only R name that paints is a Rembrandt. They definitely can't afford a Rembrandt. Okay. So a Remington is a Western artist, and I am familiar with the bronze statues, which are usually action figures of a cowboy on a horse that's bucking or something along that line. It's usually not just a very peaceful man riding on a horse. The statues are very action filled. And I mentioned on there I had seen one before. I knew somebody who had one. Not a real one, a knockoff, but still, knockoffs cost a lot of money. It's not really, I don't even know if they call them knockoffs. It's like well, I guess they call them imitation. The finest form of flattery. So she mentions Cody seems to be the one really downplaying the art that we have, this, that, the other. And I felt like the conversation started to switch because he's like, well, Robin got me this art because she's the first one that said, yeah, art on the wall. He goes, oh yeah, we have some cowboy art here. So in hindsight, and I didn't say this in the review, but in hindsight, I think Robin is still trying to push the narrative of we have a lot of nice things. I don't think for a second she thinks anything's going to be taken from her. And quite frankly, she's right. I don't think anything is going to be taken from her besides maybe the government if they get foreclosed on or something. I don't know. But I do believe that she was throwing it out there, and Cody is the one that's nervous about his ex-wives. And Cody, I think, is nervous about the fact that Janelle came out and said they have all this art. And so he's like, yeah, I know. Oh, and Robin got me this statue that, I know she got it for a really good deal. I know it was a great price. And yeah, it wasn't the real thing. And then Robin goes on to say, I thought it was real. I'm still looking for a real one. Those statues are $200,000 to $500,000 a piece. I'm still looking for one. There are only a limited number of them out. That artist was from ages ago, long time ago. So, but all the ones that are out there are all accounted for. In my little bit of research, when I was looking up the pricing, I found that out. So it's not like she's going to stumble upon one at a flea market. She's good at, like, in terms of, I need to find one. Well, you have to go to Christie's or one of those other auction houses. I was specifically looking at a auction site that was for Western art. So it's probably a place you could get it a little bit cheaper is there. So that's the site I was looking at. So the cheaper end of getting those statues was between $200,000 and $500,000 plus. And she's still looking for one because they have so much money. They don't even know what to do with it. Like, I think she's so unhappy that that is her mantra. Like, for the longest time, it was always her kids. But I don't know if the kids don't want to be mentioned. I mean, I think Brianna's like deuces. I think she's pulling a Dayton and a Logan. And she's out, and a Leon. Like, out. Although we did see her in the walkthrough. She like, mum's the word, though, when we saw her. The whole family's going to leave now. It would have been weird to not have her be there. Like, they could have made up a story and say that she was at some club or doing something that evening. But she didn't say anything. She just sat there, and Cody kept prying. What's up? Are you sad? What's going on? She's like, What do you feel? Are you sad to go? I don't know. That's it. That's all we heard from Brianna. I don't know. 3 words. She looked none too happy to be there. I think she's done with filming. And I wonder if her eyes are starting to open to the situation that she's living in. I don't think Cody ever asked any of those kids their opinions at all about moving. At all. Although, that being said, I'm trying to think if I asked my kids, but my oldest child was in 5th grade. Well, 4th grade at the time. Once we moved over the summer, it was going to be 5th grade. So it was like 4th grade, 2nd grade, and preschool. So it's a little bit different than when they're teenagers. I know we discussed it and talked to them about it. And I know that nobody was like, no, we're sad or anything like that. Oh, right. Arizona doesn't do time change. I'd forgotten about that. That is right. Oh, it is Illinois. It's not Indiana. Half the counties near Chicago and a few south of Kentucky. Okay, talk about crazy. To have your state be divided up like that, where some of them, the time changes and some of the time doesn't change. Oi. I'd lose my marbles. Okay. Oh, right. This is true, Mama Squirrel. Who cares about your dried up old eggs, what they're up to? That comment that she made about how that gets women's eggs dropped, which is just such a graphically gross comment. I don't think of, like, when you're turned on, your eggs dropping. Like, is that an old-fashioned thing that they used to say? I'd never heard that phrase before, and it shocked me to hear her say it. But that aside, the concept that a man is married to another woman is a turn on to you is sick. It's twisted. Something's wrong with that. That is called jealousy. That is called competition. That fits right in with who we've been saying Robin is this entire time. She likes the chase. She likes the competition. And she likes to win, but then not have anything change in her circumstances. See? She's just not smart enough to realize She can't overplay her hand, and she overplayed it one too many times in the family. They really let her get away with murder. And then finally, when they were like, deuces were out, now she's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I really do believe that there is part of her that still wants to have polygamy. She doesn't want to be with Cody. Who would? You can tell she's repulsed by the man. It seems to be more than we are. No, I don't know about that. She actually will touch him. I don't know that I'd go that far. But she really is, she finds him gross and annoying and probably terribly incompetent, because he is. He doesn't accomplish things. He doesn't get things done. She treats him like a child. You can take a tree down, but you have to promise that it's going to be taken away within 6 months. You can cut it down, let it lay on the ground, but please make sure it's gone within 6 months' time. And he can't even promise that. Like, holy tamales. Like, he's like a Tasmanian devil, just going around, just creating chaos and messes all over the place. And she's the one that has to clean it all up and fix it all up for him. He's a mess. And then she just said the other day on the episode, I will give you positive reinforcement when you don't do the flexing, when you don't do the, what did he call it? Peacocking. I love to peacock with my woman, Robin. And she's like, well, and I don't like it. So I give you positive reinforcement when you're doing the right thing. Exactly like we do with our elementary school and preschool kids. Like, she has to treat him like a child. The child that he emotionally and potentially intellectually is as well. He needs to get it together. I feel like he's on some sort of stimulants, allegedly, and he needs the opposite. He needs something to calm down his brain and help him think through situations. Instead, he's on the complete opposite cocktail of something. We don't know. Special forces people are suspicious. I would like to talk to somebody who's actually been inside the kit of all of the stuff that he brought, his medical kit that he had to bring. Now, we know that there were caffeine tablets in there, expired by like 3 years. Brought those. I bet his kit was pretty big. I was going to say he probably brought everything but the kitchen sink, but you remember his kitchen sink area was completely covered with supplements, pills, vitamins. We don't even know what they all are. And the number of people who wrote in the chat and said those expired caffeine tablets, I'm sure were something else, because that's the oldest trick in the book, is to have an expired container, then nobody will take it, which I guess is smart, but I never look at the expiration date. I'd take it. I'd be flying high if I were over there. Of course, I wouldn't take a caffeine tablet. Oh, gosh. So disgusting. So disgusting. So, again, that was Robin with her saying that, ooh, that's going to make any woman's eggs drop. Like, you can take a man like Cody, who looks like Cody, who acts like Cody, who's creepy like Cody, who's over-sexualized like Cody, who thinks he's really, really cool when he's not, which brings him down an extra notch, who you have to treat like a child. And still, because he's married, settled, means he has money. And what was the third one? He was married, he's settled. Oh, and he has kids. So you can see that he's a father. Those 3 things, eggs dropping right and left. Look at them drop. It's like the Easter bunny went flying by overhead. I can't believe it. It's just, she says that with a straight face. And she's smiling. Every woman would. No. That man can have 10 times the amount of money. Still, the answer is no. He can have 50 wives. Definitely, the answer is no. And he can have another dozen kids. No. In fact, all those things are deterrents, quite frankly. Well, I don't want to say money is a deterrent, but in Cody's world, money's a deterrent because the more money he has, the bigger a-hole he becomes. So if the shoe fits, but the more like after 13 kids, like if he's going to have more than 13 kids, we have issues. There's like, what are we compensating for? What's going on? And we have a wife already. Am I attracted to him? Absolutely not. I can't think of any guy, like maybe a celebrity, if I really think about it hard, who might be married. I could say, oh, that's a good looking person. But still, I really wouldn't be attracted. I wouldn't be like motivated to like want to date or marry, God forbid, the person. But definitely nobody in my real life who I would interact and encounter with if I knew they were even engaged or even in a serious relationship with somebody, nor less married. Would that make me want to sleep with them and have children? I can't wrap my head around it. She outdid herself this time. Okay. How many times are we going to be reminded that he was named after a wild bear? I didn't even address it. I'm like, he went over that when we were supposed to be doing a patronage and honoring of Garrison. We did way too much talking about Cody Brown and the city of Cody, Wyoming, and Buffalo Bill, and just all of that. Way too much talking about Cody, and what he had to do with it. So the fact he brought it up again here this time, I was just like, I'm skipping over it. I can't even. I think partly because it reminds me of that episode that should have dealt with Garrison. I mean, the culmination was the burial. In that regard, it had to do with Garrison. But other than that, everything else was all about Cody and himself and growing up. And this is where I did this and this is where I did that. Ha! Nostalgia. Okay. I'm flipping the banners. Look, I do have some alarms I set right before getting on here. Enoki Lucifer. If the show is going to keep featuring Sabin and Grody, I'll just watch Jenny's videos. Yeah, I'm over them. Especially when they're doing their acting scenes. But you want to hear something that McKelty said, which I think is interesting. I was actually going to put this in a separate video, but I'll tell you guys here tonight. I don't know if I'll make the video or not, but I recorded it just in case. McKelty thinks, now mind you, McKelty has not talked to Cody in over a year. So she doesn't know anything firsthand, but this is her opinion. Her opinion is that Aurora had been dating Brody a bit before this filming happened. And they admitted, Robin and Cody both said they had met him a few times in the past. McKelty's opinion is that they are backtracking now. And they're making it look like they're just kind of getting to know him a little bit. And she's sort of bringing him into the family. That maybe it was just a really big oopsie when she came right out and said, what did she say exactly? Oh, I said yes right away. That it should have looked like she was asking for permission and getting more advice beforehand. That kind of threw a wrench into like, you're off script, girl. But that's how it went down. So they're going backwards and reliving this because Cody and Robin want TLC to pay for a big wedding for Aurora. Well, the only way that's going to happen is if we're watching the progression of their relationship at this point. And to just suddenly say, here's a guy who I've been dating for the past year, and now we're going to start planning a wedding. It would just be too much of a jump. So they're going back to do some fill-in scenes so that Robin and Cody don't have to pay for the wedding. That makes me sick, actually, doesn't it? It makes me really sick. But I will say that this leads us to the discussion that we were having Sunday night when somebody said, well, okay, well, if they have a wedding, Robin most likely is not going to invite anybody there. And I'm like, listen, Absolutely, she's going to invite the whole family. And this is why. Because she wins either way in her world. She invites everybody, all the OG kids, all the OG wives, the whole family gets invited to Aurora's wedding. And if they don't show up, she's the victim. And her poor children are victimized by it. What is she going to do? If they all do show up, then this was the best wedding ever, and all the family came together for Aurora, and Aurora's so great, and this is just magical. So any way around it, she's going to spin it in her favor. And likely, she might do both. Because there's no way everybody's going to be able to show up. I mean, everyone lives all around the country and they have different lives and schedules and whatnot. So half of the kids show up and she's like, look at all of your brothers and sisters who you haven't seen in all this time and they came to support you. And this is lovely. And she's going to cry and it'll be all about how great that is. Then in the couch interview, she's going to sit down and say how disappointed she was that Hunter wasn't there and that, McKelty will show up. Let's see, who else might not show up? I don't know. Gwendolyn's still in Flagstaff, so she would likely go. Maybe Gabe, Leon. There are going to be a few. I mean, there could be Aspen. It could be somebody who is pregnant. I mean, look at McKelty didn't go to Logan's, right? Because she was like due to deliver the twins, and so she couldn't travel all the way to Florida. Because I think wasn't it in Florida, the wedding? I might be getting my stories mixed up here. I know McKelty didn't go to some big family function because she was too pregnant. I want to say it's Logan's wedding. Okay. That's funny, Jody. It's true. Moo paid a ridiculous amount for what she thought was a real Remington. Yeah, I'm dying to know what she paid for that thing. Either she has no clue what a Remington really costs, or, no, she must, because she said she's still trying to find one. Or is she? Did she just say that because Brody right away knew what it was, what a Remington was? He was like, oh, it's cool. I can't wait to see that. And so like, well, it's a good imitation. She's like, yeah, I thought it was a real one, but we're still looking for a real one now that I know that you know what they are. She wants to impress Mr. Brody. I think her and Cody are going to end up in a competition on who Brody likes more between the two of them, because they're both in love with the boy. Okay. I heard he lives in town. I don't know where I heard that from. I want to say maybe McKelty said he lives in town, which makes me sad, which means his ranch is nearby in town. I mean, Aurora gets out of the house. There's the upside. I mean, I'm just praying. He seems normal. I'm praying his family's all normal too, and that they're familiar with Sister Wives. So they can coach him on how to deprogram Aurora if he's truly in love with her and he wants to marry her. I don't think for a second Cody watches my channel. He keeps doing the same stuff. I keep saying is stupid. I mean, I guess you could watch it and just be that stupid. That's funny, Jetty. I would love for them to spend that kind of money on a Remington. I would. They do not have that kind of money to just throw away on a Remington. No way. They blow too much money on everything. Did you see those stupid containers? He must have had 50 of them, maybe more, in his garage. I should go back and look at the picture and just count what I can see in the frame, because there's a lot that you couldn't see in the frame. And you notice that something was blocked on the one side because some things were stacked all the way up to the ceiling. And those were like expensive containers, like $40 a pop, those heavy duty ones. He had a gazillion of them For what? They have so much crap they couldn't find a large Christmas tree in their garage area. Oh, listen, the Christmas tree boxes, our tree comes apart into 3 parts. The box is enormous. Enormous. There's no way when that little box came out. I mean, I didn't think they were planning on doing a big tree. Like I saw the box, I knew right away it was going to be a small tree. And I just thought, all right, they're decorating a small tree for the little room upstairs. I thought it was bigger. Well, where would it go? It's not a magic trick, Robin. She thought it was like a clown car or something. And she just pull out of that little box, and all of a sudden a 9-foot tree would pop out pre-lit and ready to go. It's crazy, this woman. So moving into that house, there's no way you would mistake a Christmas tree box. They're large, they're awkward, they're long, it's not hard to find. Not hard to, well, I mean, they have a lot of stuff, but it is not like other boxes. It doesn't look like other boxes. It'll have a picture of a tree on the outside. I mean, either she didn't have another tree and that whole thing was a lie, or my original instinct was she was hiding the fact that she went out and bought some more trees. She was going to use that tree in another room, not in that room. And so I'll just buy another one. And she was just like a little sleep deprived because she stayed up a little too late into the morning doing her Amazon online shopping and QVC shopping. And voila, she ended up clicking the wrong button and getting the wrong size tree. Look, it's on sale. It's half the price and half the height. Well, thank you very much. I can't stand the way her eyebrows go up in the middle like she's in such pain. She's struggling with the eyebrows. I don't get it. Like there's got to be eyebrow places that are in Flagstaff. There must be. Everybody has eyebrow places. I don't understand. Don't understand. All right, here we go. Coming from a rancher/rancher's wife who raised cattle. Anyone can dress up as a cowboy. A cowboy is not a cattleman. Big difference. Cattlemen are authentic, love the cattle, and love the land. Good to know. We have an expert in the house. She's not unhappy. She's actually dumb. Yeah. Well, maybe her dumbness is also making her unhappy. I would love for TLC to show the other garages. Like, I would love it if they could just, at some point when the other doors were up and they had their cameras kind of like sneakily film it, slowly as they're walking by, saying they're just going to get an exterior house shot and then span over and get it and then zoom in on it and put it on the show. Like, they have to have so much stuff. Mama Squirrel says Aurora didn't want Brianna in her scene because she'd stand behind and make faces. She would. She's a face maker. And I'm a face maker. I would know. She's beyond. She's me on steroids. I mean, why not? Everyone else is on steroids in that house. Allegedly. I don't know. All right. Scroll. I still can't get over his strange looking eyes on the couch. They look so weird. He never blinks while yammering. You know what else they said on Special Forces is that he wouldn't eat any food that had pepper, and apparently they must pepper a lot of the food, which I found funny. because we know he doesn't like pepper, because that was the first meal that Robin ever made him, was eggs for breakfast, and she put salt and pepper on it, and he wouldn't eat it because he's a child. He has no allergy to it, because there's no way Special Forces is going to give you stuff you're allergic to. I mean, them feeding you food when you let them know in advance you have an allergy to it it's liable. Sit right there. They don't want a lawsuit, so that's not going to happen. So we know he's not allergic to pepper. We know he's just fussy. And McKelty has said it on her Patreon. He's the most picky person in the world. He only eats a few things. And put pepper on anything, and apparently he won't eat it. According to Sean Johnson, she said, an exaggeration, I'm sure, but she's like, he went like 4 days without eating. Who else goes 4 days without eating? People who are hyped up on things. They're on that adrenaline high, and they don't need food. They just have the need for more speed. Allegedly. I'm just saying, I'm repeating what other people have said who have been in close proximity to him. How do you go that long without really eating any food and take the punishing type of workouts that they're giving you on that show? Something's up. Please like, subscribe, and hype this live stream. You can hype it until the live is over. I was going to say you can't hype it until it's over. Yes, you can't hype it until it's over. And thank you, everyone who's hyping my videos. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think, a lovely sister friend actually sent me a video, and I watched it, that was reviewing the new hype situation. But I didn't internalize it. I was doing something else and I was listening to it. I'm like, okay, that's good information. I did save it. So I'm going to look at it again, and then I'll share that information with you. But I think you can only do it on your phone, which is an issue for me, because sometimes I literally walk around my house with my laptop. I don't want to look at a little screen. Okay. Why bring expired pills? I don't know. And that's why the philosophy or the hypothetical situation was thrown out multiple times in the comments. Different people, random people were just saying, well, that's the oldest trick in the book. That's where you hide the good stuff, in the expired container, because nobody else will take them. And actually, Randall Cobb said, look at this. I'm not going to take this. It expired 3 years ago. Yeah, that's true. It works. Somebody sees it, they're going to be like, I can't take this. The cat said he was like a 10-year-old kid. Yeah. Actually, it was either Ravi or Foxy, the 1DS. Pretty sure the Foxy. And I think he said he was 7 years old, to be honest with you. All right. I was just scrolling by really fast, but as the words went by, I saw Robin looks really old. Wow. Yes. She's having a rough go of it right now. I don't know what it is. I think she doesn't have to compete anymore, people. That's what it is. She doesn't have to compete against anything. She doesn't care about Cody. She doesn't want to impress him. So she's just eating whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She's a little fluffy compared to the size she used to be. And boy, I took a picture during the live stream at one point do you remember how her makeup was caked on? It was caked on. And she even had Aurora do the same thing for her scene when she came in. Big eyelashes and dark mascara and crazy caterpillar brows and just bright eyeshadow, makeup. Like she had never seen makeup before, and she was a little kid who just got into mom's makeup kit. This is her couch interview now. Oh, and you know what? As I'm looking at it in the screen, what you're seeing, because it's kind of washed out, is way better. I'm going to share this when I do my video so that you can see it in true color. Her face is all blotchy, and I don't even think she has foundation on. I think she just threw on a little bit of blush and said, I'm going. No fake well, can't tell. Not the big fake eyelashes. The eyebrows are the same, but those might be painted on permanently till they wear off. Ugh. It makes my skin crawl. I will be Tina. It makes my skin crawl just to see him talk to another woman. I'm telling you, did you see how giddy Robin got sitting at that table talking to him about possibly having another woman? She's like, well, I don't know. What do you think? I feel like you're a little bit interested in it. So here's the inside scoop from McKelty. McKelty said she thinks Cody is not putting his foot down and saying no more sister wives only because he knows Robin does still want to have another sister wife. And she thinks he's so insecure that she's going to leave him, that the only way he can hang on to her is by not saying absolutely not. I'll never do it again, but just bringing it up again. Well, what do you think? And I mean, that's their mantra in this house. I mean, taking a decision that has to be made, mulling it over for 7 years, and then still not making a decision, but then the time passed and there's nothing you can do about it anymore. Like, that's just how they function over there. But I thought that was a real interesting perspective when she said that. I'm like, oh, interesting. Because they don't have a strong connection. You can see that. Like, she's repulsed by the man. So he's probably thinking, I mean, his pride is in the gutter. And the only saving grace is why he kept saying, pretty, sweet, shy, pretty, sweet, shy. I'm just going to keep saying this because that's the one I ended up with. Yeah, the other one's left, but I kept the pretty, sweet, and shy one. Now, if she leaves, he's got nothing to stand on. All the kids already don't talk to him. If she leaves, then her kids will go with her. Like, he'll have nothing and no one. So he is clawing and hanging on to her for dear life. Literally, we can see it as he's constantly touching her. And I think it is doing just the opposite. It is pushing her away. Oh, I forgot to change. Did you hear me say? Oh, the alarm went off and I need to change. There we go. Here's big supporters and some keep the lights on level people too. Okay. Amy, that's true. A vow renewal is the beginning of the end. We know that from Real Housewives. You know what's interesting? Last season, they kept teasing there was going to be a vow renewal, and there never was. So are they airing it this season? Or was that just fake news? It never happened. Somebody just said it on Reddit, and then it took off like wildfire. I don't know. They would invite Gwen. I think... I don't know that they really have beef with Gwen per se. In fact, I think Cody kind of started giving her a bunch of money to fix her car and do this and do that and got in her good graces again because so many kids weren't talking to him. And she is right there in Flagstaff. So I think they would. I do. I think they would. Jennifer said she's going to stop watching if they start planning a wedding. The last thing I want to do is what we just did with Christine, but with Aurora. Oh my God. Could you imagine if they have the cake tasting, the dress fitting, no. Like, go watch Say Yes to the Dress if you want to watch dress fittings. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's not my thing. I don't watch Say Yes to the Dress. What my daughter tried on her dress. They're like, well, so what do you say? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to take it. And they're like, okay, so what do you say? And she's like, yeah. And I go, they want you to say yes to the dress. She's like, I said yes. I'm like, oh, okay. We don't watch that show in our house. I don't know why. It's just, to me, it's boring. You see one wedding dress on, you see them all. Now, did I enjoy going with my 2 daughters and try on dresses? Yes, but they were my children. don't care so much about people who I don't really know trying on dress after dress. But I mean, some people are into, I mean, clearly, look at me. Am I into fashion? No. So it's not my jam. Although Project Runway, addicted. Probably my favorite reality TV show. I haven't seen it in years. I don't even know if it's still on. It was off, it came back, and then it went off, and then it came back on Bravo, which it originally was on. I don't know if it's still on there now. Anytime I see it pop up on Hulu or like one of these things, I'm like, oh, there's a new season. And I'll click and it'll say like episode 1. I'm like, oh, good, a new season. And it'll be like season 3. I'm like, oh, that was 10 years ago. So why I like that, I don't know. Because I'm not interested in sewing. I'm not interested in making dresses. I think it's fascinating how they can take that and create some of these beautiful designs within the limitations that they're given. I don't know. I can't explain it. But that's art. That's creating something. That's different than just trying on dresses. People want him in the chat to go ahead and do a vow renewal because that's the beginning of the end for everyone on. The other thing is a tattoo of their name. But, Cody's not going to get a tattoo. He's too wimpy. Wait, I saw an ad from QVC for an Air like they had for $135 for both. What's an Air? I don't know what that is. Thank you, Kim, for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. She was the 90th person to hit it. You know what else I found interesting? And I didn't comment on this when I made my video either. Did you notice that Aurora's in the kitchen washing dishes? Robin? Mm-mm. When do we see Robin doing any kind of cleaning activity in her house? We don't. We don't. So Aurora's sitting at the kitchen sink and she's washing the dishes, and there's Robin poking, shaking her arm. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? To the kid who has anxiety and panic attacks. Now there's a camera there, which has got to be anxiety provoking. And the guy she's interested in is coming, and they're going to be on camera with Cody. High anxiety provoking situation. I mean, she had no idea. Did you see how many times on camera she was like, I don't know, I don't want to say mortified, but she seemed uncomfortable. She seemed uncomfortable with so much of what Cody was saying. And she's probably like, here we go again. Yeah. I don't know how much those girls are like. I don't know. Yeah, he does own a small ranch. And apparently it's nearby too. But one can always sell it and just move to Montana, or I mean, you can get a ranch anywhere. You can come to Ohio and get a ranch. You can go anywhere. Go to North Carolina. That'd be great. Brianna was off making plans for Brody. She learned from Mama how to snatch someone else's man. Wouldn't that be something? Now there's a storyline for you. Hi, Cindy from Oz. Good to see you. LaShonda thinks he raises rabbits and goats. He didn't look like he could handle cattle. I don't know. I'm not in the cowboy world. They all look the same to me. Jennifer said, for as many times as this new house has reportedly been listed and sold, there has to be a video walkthrough of the whole property. We must find it. Oh yeah, I wonder if it would, well, I mean, most people would take it down. All the buying and selling is listed on Zillow. And they do have pictures of the house, but there were no videos when I clicked on all the pictures. There were a lot of pictures of the house. Wasn't a video walkthrough, but it did have pictures, I think, of every room that they had there. And it was empty at the time, so it was not much to look at. Is it bad of me to say that when Cody was sitting on his couch, or one when he was talking to Robin and then also sitting on the couch, mostly when he was talking to Robin, I'm looking at the room behind him. I'm like, that doesn't look half bad. Because their other house, I didn't like it at all. It was ugly. The house, first of all, the house in Vegas was just cluttered all the time. And it looked just like all the other wives' houses. There really was not much variation whatsoever. I can't believe nobody bought a gallon of paint and just made it a different color to like have their house stand out, but they didn't. Okay. So then they go to Flagstaff and they have that really, really dark wood, no windows. It looked damp. It was damp. Was all the damage that they had to repair afterwards, like the mold that was growing. Like that was not a good house. That was not a good house whatsoever. And then this one looked just extremely dated. I'm like, gosh, they're going to have to put a lot of money into this house to update it. It looked very, very 1980s. So when she was sitting at the table and he was talking to her and I'm looking at the room behind them and it looked halfway decent, I was like, oh. I was hoping it would be like terrible and I could be like, look at their decorating. Of course, we didn't see much whatsoever, but it's looking a little bit better as they're moving some stuff in. But, they can't help themselves. This is not going to last for too long. They can't help themselves. They're going to keep buying, put more and more stuff into it until like it's claustrophobic and it feels like a furniture store. And then they need to buy a bigger house. That's what's going to happen. He doesn't want to look bloated. Black pepper can cause inflammation. Interesting. I thought it's also an appetite suppressant, though, and it seems like he's trying to cut weight all the time. He has the palate of a 4-year-old. Yes, Chrissy. It's offensive to 4-year-olds. Definitely on something, according to Jennifer. Mama Squirrel, it's not the pepper that makes him look bloated. I find it interesting where, Ravi said uppers, didn't he? Thank you, Kathy. Love my Kathy, too. I forgot what I was going to say. We'll move on. It'll come back. I don't know what I was starting to think of. Pam, I hype all your videos. Thank you. Everybody's got to hype the one I just uploaded tonight because people are going to be like, I already saw this. And I know that some people are going to start watching it and I don't have an intro because I just wanted to get it out because I'm already a day, it's been a whole day since the second one is, the episode 6 came out. I should have at the very beginning had a screen or just videoed myself quickly saying, we're doing it again. Stay tuned, watch it to the end. A lot of people are going to click on it because the thumbnail is slightly different. I wrote updated on it. But as they start to watch, it's not going to be very different at the very beginning. And I think a lot of people are going to click off, which is really actually terrible for the algorithm. Oy. What can you do? I know what YouTube can do. They can tell you if it passes and if it doesn't. And if they say it passes, they have to be held to it and they can't go back. Oh, she'll need to look good to remarry. Oh, she'll pull it together if it's time to remarry. Like if she can get out of there, away from him. I wonder if she's starting to make herself look haggard too, thinking like, if I just don't look that good, maybe he won't touch me. Because he's very into aesthetics. Maybe that's her angle. And Kathy, that's spot on. She wants to be number one, not the only one. She wants the competition. She was like, had a little smile on her face as she was talking to Cody about it. I haven't seen her smile and look at him like playful like that. Well, in ages. Like she just doesn't anymore. She always seems like, get away, get away, get away. I think she is trying to get him to get another wife so she can do this again. He even said on camera, she brings up the fact. You remember that other gal, the other one that, and he's like, I don't know what, I don't know. What are you talking about? What other one? The one that like, and of course, Robin would know about her. So she went through the proper channel. She contacted Robin and said she was interested. And then she let her know where she could see her photo on Instagram so she could look her up. So Robin tells Cody and he's like, oh, I didn't look at it. She's like, but she's cute. She's trying really hard. And the minute he starts to like take an interest in that, or if he were to marry someone else, she will pull herself together. That girl's going to drop 50 pounds and be living at the plastic surgeon's office. And, one would just say they would be a nice person and that Cody would love him more. But, he's so superficial. And I think she knows he's superficial. So that's what she'll do. That's how the season would keep going. And the OG3 look great, somebody said. Oh, they do. I'm telling you, Mary and Janelle on that Zoom call, they looked amazing, both of them. They both looked absolutely amazing. You think she tattooed her eyebrows, Robin? I think she did too. I think they're there. I know Mary tattoos her eyebrows because she mentioned it on the show. She was never going to get a tattoo. And she's like, well, that's not true. I do my eyebrows. So Christine does have good hair. She has great hair. Looks to be Robin's putting on the weight from all the wine she's drinking. Oh, that could be. I mean, her kids are all over 18 now, so now she can drink on the show. There's no more restrictions when it comes to kids in the divorce agreement and that. They're adults. He was kind of flirty with the ladies on Special Forces. I mean, maybe he's so creepy all the time that they probably think he is trying to flirt with them, especially knowing that he's a man who collects women. That's his thing. That's why he's there. If he didn't, he wouldn't be there on that show. That's his claim to fame, the polygamous man. So they probably do think, well, anyone who's crazy enough to do that is also crazy enough to just randomly hit on me. So I wonder how uncomfortable just that whole concept made them. I was telling the ladies on Sunday night on the live stream that my mother read something somewhere. Somebody said maybe it was in Reddit. I'm like, I don't think my mom has ever figured out Reddit. I don't think so. It could be. She could have stumbled upon it at some point, but I don't think so. But she said that Andrew East spent a lot of time talking with Cody because apparently he has a degree in psychology. And so he found Cody to be fascinating and he wanted to learn more about what made him go into polygamy and just the whole concept of it. I know Andrew East has his PhD. Actually, he got it after he got out of football from Vanderbilt. That's impressive. So, yeah, I didn't know what it was in, but she said she thought it was psychology. And so he talked to him a lot about it. Now, what I would do to pick that man's brain. I want to sit down with Sean and Andrew, like for dinner. I want to take them out to dinner someplace in Nashville. They can pick. I know it'll put me in the poorhouse. I don't care. And I just want to ask, Sean is over Cody, you can tell, not happy with the man. I mean, if somebody fell on top of you and hurt you so bad that you thought your arms were broken, I would think that 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 would make me not like them very much when that was an unnecessary thing to do. It wasn't an accident. And then they also were supposed to lead you and they didn't lead you and they left you stranded to take care of somebody who was having a panic attack by yourself inside of a tunnel. Like I'd be a little salty myself. So I get it. She has a lot she could share. And I want to ask the questions like, what did the DS really say to him? How did he react? How did he handle the fact that he got pulled? Because they never showed it on the show. He got pulled from leadership in the tunnel activity and Sean got put as the leader halfway through. Why would they not show that? That's what the show is about, leadership. Honest to goodness, I think that Fox is trying really hard to just show the best sides of everybody. They really are. There really haven't been any negative sides of anyone. I mean, people are slow and all that, but that's just natural in it. Like that's a major thing to screw up so badly that you get yanked out of your leadership position and told this little girl's going to take over now because she can do a better job than you. I mean, talk about an ego bruising. And Cody doesn't do well with that kind of stuff. That would have made for great television. We didn't get to see it. I feel like they're trying not to. Well, but then that's his personality. I was going to say make the show too negative because they want additional people to go on it because I think you have to be kind of psycho to want to do that show. Or just a really, really strong person. I'm going to say kind of psycho because clearly I'm not a really, really strong person. I would never go on that show. I'm not really enjoying even watching it. But I am because I just have to see how far Cody goes along in the whole thing. And I'll probably watch it to the end because at this point, we're more than halfway through it. So now I feel like I'm invested and I want to see who gets to the end. But I'm pretty sure I know who made it to the end. I have my hypothesis anyway. 2 people. I know it's 2 people for a fact. I think I know who the 2 people are. And Cody is not one of them, by the way. Cody used Robin's black eyebrow pencils to fill in his abs in Special Forces. Oh, if they say she is shy one more time, I'm going to snap. Chrissy, no joke. I'm shy. I'm shy. You're not. You are not shy. We don't have to say it again and again and again. She's not shy. And this narrative that she's developed, it's like she developed it to try to keep her distance from Cody. So she never has to touch him or look at him like she's interested in him or likes him or anything when cameras are around or she's in any kind of public situation at all. She's just like, don't have to. I'm shy, Cody. I'm shy. And now Cody has latched onto that. He's got to know she's not shy. He remembers. But he's latching onto it because his ego is hurt so badly by the fact that 3 wives left and the one who's left is not into him. So he is telling everyone else she's shy. She's shy. She just can't get over it. And then he has the really big eyes and just stares because like he knows he's lying. She's just shy. And she's struggling because, we couldn't show affection for so long. Lies. They showed affection all the time on the show at the beginning. Literally, the first time I saw her not wanting to show affection it was at least COVID. But I remember the scene at Christmas time when Mary came over to the house and also at Thanksgiving that year. So Mary came over for Thanksgiving and Christmas in 2021, probably. Maybe it was 2022. I can't recall exactly. And that was the first time there was this, I can't touch her and she doesn't want me to. And I'm like, well, you don't have to grope her while she's cooking either. That's weird. And secondly, what are you guys talking about? Like, why is this narrative starting now all of a sudden? Because she would like give you a hug and a kiss in front of the other wives, and we saw them affectionate on camera. I mean, did we see them on their honeymoon? They like couldn't keep their hands off each other the entire time, and there were cameras there. So not shy, not shy. And then, of course, they're going with, oh, because we were trained for so many years that we couldn't do it in front of each other. But they were never in front of each other. So that doesn't hold water either. Like, okay, somebody would have an argument for that. I could see that working if indeed you all lived in the same house and you had to keep to yourself and not show affection at all to him. You were in your own house with him all the time. So not being shy, as I understand, in that house as well. So lies, lies, lies. McKelty could probably tell us a gazillion stories, but she never will. She'll have their back to the day she dies. She'll take it to the grave. It was a rumor that took off. Is that regarding the rumor that I was saying before that it could have been a rumor? Let's see. I picked the dress. Thank you for hitting the like button. 115th person to hit the like button. Thank you. This is true, Miss Molly's mom. But you know that Robin didn't cook. They ordered something in. And then they transferred it onto plates. She didn't do any cooking. We never see her cooking. Do you ever see her chopping up a carrot, having an apron on, and putting things together? No. She has, you can probably count on one hand which foods she cooks, and they're for like special holidays. And then that's her mantra of, oh yeah, I cook. I make this bread at Christmas time. I do the turkey at Thanksgiving. I do the Jell-O salad at Easter. Because all the holidays came back after I joined the family. And then that's all I make. Other than that, Cody can cook. Well, I can't cook. We'll order out. But we always had to I always had to dry the dishes, actually. That's not true. I didn't have to wash the dishes. My mom washed the dishes afterwards. I mean, we had a dishwasher, but I don't know, she liked to wash dishes more than use that dishwasher. And then the kids had to dry the dishes. The funny thing about that scene, though, is she's waiting for Brody to come and she's nervous about it. And she's washing the dishes. And the whole time, Cody's just leaning against the refrigerator and Robin's just shaking her arm. Are you nervous? She's using the arm to try to wash the dishes. And Robin's shaking it, going, are you nervous? Are you nervous? It's like, oh my gosh, just let the girl be. She's washing your dishes. Like it's like they didn't know what to do with themselves because they gave their chores away to the Aurora. She start calling her Cinderella. He could handle cattle, lots of young ranchers, especially if raised that way. Wish I knew his last name. I don't know, but I know people looked into him because again, don't know if this is true, but somebody found out his name and then looked into him and said that he was former military. And I don't know if he went to college or not. I want to say he did, but I'm not certain. Maybe not. Oh, is that true? Is that what I'm not seeing every comment in the chat, so I didn't know that. I know that Gwen can be stubborn. If you don't attend your mother's wedding, but your entire family, the size of theirs does, you have issues. So I didn't know that she had beef with Leon. wonder what it was over. Hi, Rizzy. Yes, he's still on. He made it through another episode. Although he was barely on it at all. So I have the review out about it. And this week, it looks like he gets spoken to. So maybe he gets pulled into that room and we can hear that too. Although he's going to pull the Garrison card. I can 100%. What would he have said if there wasn't the tragedy of Garrison? What could he say is so traumatizing in his life? Oh, I had so many women to juggle. Like those guys would not for a second find that. But now he's going to talk about Garrison. I'm telling you, he is. Aw, Julie, thank you. And I love how you write your name. Julie, that is cool. Thank you, Darlene Hall. I love me some black pepper and our group. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Robin's 47 years old. And I think he's like 56, I want to say. It's kind of hard because there's the age he is on the show and then the age he is on the show and then the real age. Now, I do know Special Forces was just filmed this past summer, so it's fairly new. And I feel like we saw our very first scene in this last episode of him post Special Forces. So when he was talking to Robin about sitting at that table and she was being kind of like giddy and like, do you want another wife? And he's like, I don't think I should be looking at, I'll share things with you. Although I will say, okay, sidetrack. It was amazing when Robin is bearing her soul and starting to tear up and be all upset about the vision of what their family could have been. And wouldn't it be great, Cody, if you could have been like this and if you would have done this? And he's like, yeah. So when I get emails from women, do you want me to share them with you? So good. Squirrel. She's like, did you hear what I said? And that's so good. Like to call them out like that because we're always doing it. It's so good. I heard him say they were looking into it. I could never interview McKelty because half of what she says is a lie. I don't want to say not intentionally, but like she covers for everybody. Like she's starting to now start to sing a little bit like, I mean, it'd be good. I'll take it back. Interviewing McKelty without Tony there would be good because Tony is very much still a Robin and Cody apologist. Definitely Robin. He's got Robin's back 100%. Cody's, he's got his back 75% of the time. Whereas McKelty just doesn't speak of Robin really at all and is very disappointed in her father. So it might be a good time to talk to her. But I couldn't do it. I would never reach out and ask to do that. She would never go on my channel anyway. Too many times I've said how much she frustrates me. I would the whole time be going, why are you refusing to speak to Mary and saying she's such a horrible person? Can you explain that to me, please? I'm struggling. And she'd be over me within 5 minutes. There's another Project Runway fan. Such a good show. Speaking of enjoying Project Runway, not Gloria. Beckham. Why is her first name escaping me? There on Netflix. There's 2 series. There's one on each of them because I started watching what is Beckham's first name? Dang, it'll pop up here in a chat in a second. We're about chat is about 2 minutes behind. I enjoyed that documentary they did on her. And for some reason, Netflix halfway through had me start watching the David Beckham one. I thought it was still the same one. So I'm now watching this whole thing about David Beckham. I'm like, oh, this must be one on the Victoria. That's it. Why I was saying Gloria? Victoria. Look. There it is. Victoria, Posh Spice. David and Victoria. All right. Victoria Beckham, really great. I enjoyed it anyway because I don't really know much about her, and I have a mad respect for her work ethic for sure, and her drive and determination to follow her dream and give up, the singing and the career and the fame and all that because she really just wanted to be a designer. I love that. Heidi is back. Oh, the show's back on and Heidi's back. On Bravo. I'm going to have to look into it. I'll just do a Google search. This shows how dumb I am. Utica Queen from RPDR. Don't know what that is. An amazing designer. Okay. See, I don't know anything about designing. Or designer brands or designer names. I mean, I have some designer stuff, but that's because it was at Goodwill. Okay. All right. I went too far back now. I'm like looking at things I already read. This is a good statement. I do believe that Robin is jealous of Aurora because Aurora is getting a man who is a step up. Like Robin would cash in Cody for Brody any day. Any day. He's taller. He's a cowboy. He's kind. He's thoughtful. He's sweet and not creepy, gross, over sexualized. That's that Cody. Let me touch you. Ugh. Oops. Let me go to our third set. So these are more Keep the Lights On level supporters. And now we've covered everybody. Listen, it was so funny when Cody saw Brody was there and he just screams it out like, it's Santa, it's Santa, it's Justin, it's Justin. Brody's here. Oh my gosh. He did the same thing. If you watch my bonus scene episode, he had Solomon put a cowboy hat on top of one of the two trees because now they multiplied. They found a second tree that was really small. I mean, it may have been in the episode, but I just didn't really pay attention. So in the bonus scenes, I was able to focus in more and I realized, oh, now we have two trees that we're putting up. So Robin probably tried to go to find the big tree and couldn't. So she got another. Well, I did buy this one too the other day. So we'll do this one. So they turned one into a cowboy tree, not the other one. And he had this little cowboy hat that he put on the top of it. Not little, but like the size of a child's size cowboy hat. And all he had to do was put it on top of the tree. He didn't have to like climb the ladder and get to the top of a 9-foot tree or something. Like this little tree, he set it on top. And like Cody's like, okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to put it on the tree. And you're going to put it on the tree. And Solomon just sets it on top of the tree and let's go. He's like, yeah. Like he's 2 years old. You did it without knocking over the whole tree, Solomon. Good job. Cody is just bizarre. Bizarre. And it's sticking out more and more now that I'm watching Special Forces. Seeing this same behavior there and people reacting kind of like, yeah. Makes me realize, okay, we're not crazy. Oh, the Christmas crepes. Mizendis, yes. The Christmas crepes. We're going to see the Christmas crepes. And Cody liking the savory ones. with something weird in it. I don't remember what that was. At first I thought it was for television, and then I realized Cody's just weird. It was like, one of the 5 foods that he eats. Maybe he puts all the 5 foods that he eats all together in one crepe. All right. Wendy has the same question. Gwen and Leon don't like each other. I don't know. I just read that in the chat. I don't know anything about it. Oh, wait. Maybe I'm back to where I was before I am. Oh, gosh. I went too far back when I was looking for something. Let me scoot ahead again. All right. Christine and Janelle have both said they don't want to be friends with Robin. True. Mary said, I don't know how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife. True. I mean, I said in my review, I totally get it when Robin said, oh, I don't think it's a good idea. First of all, for her saying, I don't think it's a good idea that we get together now. Like, no, it's not ready. It's the same mantra that she said about the kids and the whole family back in 2020. So 5 years later, we're saying the exact same thing. Whose fault is it that there's a fracture in the family? I really, truly believe that if Cody and Robin got divorced, Cody would get back in touch with his kids and work on making amends. I mean, he doesn't know how, and he's not equipped to do it. But I think he would be willing to, at that point, go through therapy, and I think that he would really want it. I think right now he wants Robin more than he wants to mend the relationship with his kids. And so because deep down inside, he does want to have a relationship with them, but he just simply doesn't know how. And he's got this voice over here saying, they're problems. I can't believe the way they talk about you. I can't believe that they're not contacting you. I can't believe, and we can't get together with them. That's just toxic. That's not good for little Saul and Ari. Because he's got that in his ear, he has no choice. Oh God, this is like me defending Cody. I'm not defending Cody, but I'm just saying, just the way I see it, he kind of has no choice but to try to separate and sever it off, because I think deep down inside he wants to reach out to them. But then Robin says, well, maybe you'll mend things with your kids. The whole thing's a mess. Maybe if we do this, the kids will come. Oh, let's get together and have a reunion. No. How about at the next one-on-one, all of you guys sit on the couch together? No, I don't think that's a good idea. No. She talks out of one side of her mouth and she talks out of the other. Just like Maddie says, if she's speaking, she's lying. God, they have to drive each other nuts. She's got to live with Cody and his everything that he is. And, as Christine said, he's just a lot. He's a lot all the time. He's high maintenance. She's got to deal with that. And then he has to deal with her saying one thing, doing another thing, saying this thing, then doing that thing, being inconsistent, not being, oh gosh, I couldn't. That household, those kids, oh, the fights that must go on in that home. I'm telling you. He's 57. Thanks, Maddie. 57. They keep calling him old man on the show on Special Forces. I'm loving it. Brody does not have a dude ranch. These people own it. Tim Norris, Marilyn Norris, Remuda Trail. Oh, look at you. Oh, Nicole Aggie. She's a deep diver. She's always the one that can get to the bottom of everything. Yeah. Brody does not have a dude. These people own it. So he lives on that property, though, that is owned by Tim Norris and Marilyn Norris? Wait a second. Remuda Trail, Tim Norris, Marison Norris. Why do those names sound familiar to me? I feel like that's the address that somebody gave me once that said that was the house that Cody and Robin were moving into, and it wasn't, because once I looked it up, I saw those names. Maybe I'm getting it all mixed up, though. I don't trust my brain. Certainly not. But do we know that that's where he lives? I'm just going to call Lynn. We got a fibber in here. Brody doesn't own anything. An easy search tells you the info. Easy for you, Nicole. How do you know where he lives, though? How'd you find that out? If he doesn't own it, his name wouldn't be on any search things. How'd you find that? That's what I want to know, because I'm curious how to do the deep dive that you can always do. Okay. Just wondering if the sacred cow plans to change her hairstyle in the next decade. Oh, no, that won't happen. Listen, her hair looks so good that was it the first episode of the season when Cody was cutting a tree, and she comes out to Coyote Pass and sits down on the picnic table next to him, and they talk about, like, should we sell the property or shouldn't we, for the 100th time. I remember thinking, oh my God, her hair looks good. It was like long. It didn't have like the tight curls. It was like a wave curl. I'm like, I have never seen it like that. And I've never seen it like that since. It's almost like she did all the curls, but then she was running errands that day. So it kind of got messed up, or she had a hat on or something and she had to brush through it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she has good hair. Who knew? Only the people that saw that one scene on that show, because now we're back to the way it always is. Oh, yeah. Victoria had to choose between the little Gucci dress or the little Gucci dress. Yeah. That whole scene was in the show. And Cindy from Oz, this is true. Cowboy Brody thinks before he speaks. This is something that Cody hasn't figured out yet. To the benefit of the drama of content creators, it works in our favor. It has to be absolutely maddening to live with on a daily basis, but unbelievable. Cody clearly is a thinker. And Cody also, Cody is real where, or Brody is real where Cody is plastic, yeah. He also is trying to figure out what Cody says. He's not letting Cody completely get by. Now, there were times he's like, yeah. But I think when he was saying, yeah, he was interpreting what Cody said, which wasn't what Cody was saying, but it was Brody's interpretation of it. Because he's like, he didn't skip a beat when Cody's like, well, what do you mean? You know, what does that mean to you? And he's like, well, just as I said. I'll say it slower for you, old man, if you want me to. If she feels threatened by me, she can stab me because I gave her a knife to do so. I prefer she didn't. I hope she never needs to use it on me, but she now has protection. And then Cody asks the question again, and he answers it again the same way. Like, Brody is, like, I think, really baffled and confused by him, and not just playing along with the crazy, all the crazy that comes with Cody. All right. Keep my eye on that clock because we only have 5 minutes and I have to jump out so we can watch Seeking Sister Wives together on my other channel, Reality TV Breakdown. I'm not saying that she can't be snarky. I'm saying that I have seen other sister wives be completely ruthless. I have never seen her do that. Are you talking about Robin? Oh, she's been horrible. Yeah, go back, rewatch. She's been bad. She's been really bad. And when you have kids coming out saying if her mouth is moving, she's lying. Just starting with the fact that she knew because she said, Cody told me that the other wives didn't have special weddings in that. So I really wanted to make a point to make this one really special. I wanted to make a point to outdo them, but I'll include them in it because I have to get TLC to pay for it. And then she knew they didn't have real honeymoons. They just did a road trip without a formal destination and came back within a couple days. And no children at this time. All three of them, not one child when all three got married. Now, all these children, and Christine just had a baby. And she's got the nerve to go on a 13-day, oh no, I'm sorry, it was 11-day honeymoon. Take him away from all that. I would have been like, listen, we will figure it out. We'll work it out. And to keep that apartment, to never have the sister, like to never have, oh, don't get me started. I can't. She has been playing that family from jump. She has been. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. I'm not a Mary supporter by any means, but I do think that some people have held her to a double standard. Yeah. No, I agree with that, Misty, 100%. I'm very confused by this whole Mary bashing. We hate Mary. I'll never speak to her again. She can never be my friend. Christine completely outed herself as the biggest hypocrite in the world in this last episode. She's like, I'll never be friends with Mary again. I can't. Like, I've learned I can't when people hurt me like that. And when I can't trust them, I just need to cut them out of my life. So it was Robin and Mary, both. She's talking about both of them. And then later on at the same meal, so within an hour and a half, because that's how long a table takes to turn over at a sit-down restaurant, I used to work as a hostess, within an hour and a half period of time, she's talking to David, and David's like, yeah, I'm not so certain about doing anything with Cody. It's, I don't really respect him as a father. And Christine's like, but he's a good guy, and you have to learn to forgive, and you can't judge people based on their behaviors a couple times. You have to give them a chance. And I'm like, what bizarro world are we living in here? That is a 180 from what you just said when you were discussing Robin and Mary. She couldn't have flipped more. She does not hold the standard that she has for Robin and Mary. It doesn't apply to David. David can't say that. He has to be friends with Cody because that's what Christine wants. And Christine is a little bit of a princess, and she gets what she wants at times. A lot of times. All right. Aurora's changed her hair to her mom's. Oh, God forbid. Can you imagine? Robin has been playing them from the beginning. She's playing the victim. Yeah, she's been the victim all along. I bought a little bit at the beginning, about 15 years ago when it all started. I mean, I never liked her from the beginning because I was a huge supporter of Christine. She was always my favorite sister wife for like 15, 14 years, something like that. All the way up until after the divorce. She was my favorite sister wife until after the divorce. And then the loudness and craziness and over dramatization of everything started to get to me. But she's starting to calm down. She's pulling it back. She's working on it. She's not there yet, but she's working on it. Just like Mary's not there yet, but she's working on it in terms of her edginess and roughness in her voice. And then there's Janelle. Janelle's just Janelle. God bless her. But yeah, okay. So anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah. Words she can't take back now. Those came out of her mouth, and she said it with all sincerity and doubled down on it. He's a good guy and a good dad. Delusional. I don't understand it. It's like she's reverted right back to being how she was when she was in the AUB. And like, we're just going to sugarcoat it and point out all the good stuff. Like, I know she wants her kids to be friends with him, but they can still be friends with him, and she can still state truths. They can still have a relationship with their father. The reason they don't is because Cody doesn't reach out to him and he doesn't do his part. There you go. It is what it is. Her trying to paint him as something that he's not, like, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. There's Jane. Jane says that Mary has always been her favorite. Well, God bless you. I don't know. She drove me nuts for many years. but I like her now. You know what? I love Jen. Jen brings out the best in Mary. She drank the Kool-Aid. Yep, she drank it for all those years, and then she stopped. And now she's starting to drink again. So I'm praying that David is going to start to really straighten her out. It seemed like he tried to a little bit at that dinner, but then he gave in at the end. I love Janelle for picking favorites. She's my favorite too, for sure. She's my favorite, which is funny because I didn't like her for those that I didn't like Mary or her really, but only because I didn't really know her and she didn't say much. So I thought she was a little snobby. I'm like, I couldn't be friends with her. She says nothing, but I think she just held her cards close to her chest because she is shy. She is the epitome of who is shy, what a shy person looks like. Oh, do you think that Robin is jealous of her? And that's why she's doing the whole shy thing? Because Cody and Janelle had a thing. They had some sort of thing between them. And I wonder if she's trying to tap into that. I wonder if she's trying to tap into the little bits of the different wives that he liked. And she's trying to like take that on herself now and become all those things. I don't know, because she doesn't like Cody. So why try to impress him? I don't know. Janelle is serving pretty on a platter right now. Ain't she though? Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. You agree? Yes. Tim is no longer the producer. Kingpin Monkey King is no longer. So it's no longer Puddle Monkey either, because it's now part of the last name. There were two producers. He was the main one. They booted him out. And then they changed the name of the production company to be the name of whatever the other one, but I still call it Puddle Monkey because it's a fun name. All right, I got to get going because I got to get into the other stream. This was fun. Thanks for talking it out with me. I will get a video out to you at some point this week, as well as a video on Seeking Sister Wives, as well as a video on Special Forces. It's a lot. Why do they do this? And then during the summer, nobody airs anything. I don't get it. They drive me crazy. And then Christine throws her book out in September. Please. Can we please see Chubbs in the next live? Oh, yeah, he did. Wait. Come here, Cosette. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'll do you the next best. I'll give you a Cosette. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's a girl. I know. Oh, boy. Here's a little Cosette. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Do you know where your brother is? Mr. Chubbs? No, not sure? Okay. All right. Good night, sister wives. I love you all. Oh, well, yeah, I don't have my outro all set here. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and he was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy. I had a dirty thought, and I thought David and I should go on a guys trip together.
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no.
David out on a guys' weekend.
Yeah, that's just would be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go,